Okay, so when I'm talking, Monica, you can see me because I'm seeing a big phone.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being on tonight. My name is Sarah Flake, and I am a certified health coach with a company called Take Shape for Life. And I want to talk to you tonight about just some really simple healthy eating tips. My certification is through the Villanova University Center for Obesity Prevention and Education. And let me go ahead and start this up. And I'm really just happy to have you guys all on so we can learn a couple quick tips about just how to use your food more efficiently and how to feel better. All right, let me start out just by telling you a little bit about my story. This is me. I really had struggled, honestly, with yo-yo dieting ever since I became an adult. Well, I guess since I've been 18. I've had about 35 pounds that I would take off and on, and it wasn't really a matter to me of anything more than the scale. I was just always thinking about the scale, and when the number wasn't what I wanted it to be, I would do some crazy fad diet and get the weight off and then celebrate by eating cake because I didn't really know any other ways to celebrate. And I really hadn't thought about the fact that I didn't have good sleep habits and that I didn't know how to control my stress and that I really had a sugar binge eating issue. And so when I finally turned to this program out of desperation, when my fad diet again was setting me back up to the number I didn't want to be, I started the program. And the weight came off really fast. I mean, it was amazing. I went from a size 14 to a size 4 in under 3 months. But the cool thing was this time, I was actually learning how to get healthy sleep. I was learning how to control my triggers and my binges. And I was learning how to deal with my anxiety. And so now it's been almost 3 years and I'm still at my healthy weight. Honestly, I've even lost a little bit more and I'm right in the middle of a healthy BMI now for my age and height. And it's been really cool for me to just finally be off that yo-yo cycle. I've also got a picture of my husband, Adam, here. Adam was dealing with a lot of the same stresses as I was, young kids and kind of a crazy job, and had packed on a lot of weight, just not knowing how to soothe his stress any other ways. And he started trying to starve the weight off and was doing pretty much a starvation diet, like 1,200 calories for a guy at 260 pounds. That's not very many. So he was doing the starvation diet and he made some progress, but he hit a plateau and he had no energy and really felt awful. And then he decided to join me with this program and very safely and quickly lost the last 35 pounds while increasing his muscle mass. And right when he reached his goal weight, he decided he wanted to train for and run his first marathon. And he's been getting healthier ever since then as well. So this has been really fun for us to share with people. I wanted to show you this really interesting map here. This is the health crisis that we have right now in America. Back in 1985, the Center for Disease Control started tracking obesity statistics. And you can see in the top left, in 1985, some states had 10% or more obesity. By 1995, all the states were tracking obesity and obesity was rising a little. You can see by 2010, most of the states are at 25 or higher for obesity. And they're predicting, right now in America, 2 out of 3 Americans are overweight or obese. 1/3 of Americans are obese. But they're saying by 2030, 90% of Americans are going to be overweight or obese. And this is happening very, very quickly, and it really is a crisis. Let me run through, what the implications of this are. It's more than just about the size of pants you're wearing, absolutely. If you are dealing with a weight issue, it's very likely that one of these things on here, or maybe many of them, are also what you're dealing with. Personally, I had a lot of depression, low energy, low self-esteem. I was on medications. I had the sleep disorders. Just looking through this list, there were so many things for me, and I wasn't even technically obese that I was dealing with. And so there's a lot of things here that we can help fix in America by lowering these numbers. Some common mistakes that I see when I talk to people who've been trying to get healthy are, first is trying to fight against your body, treating your body like the enemy and just trying to force the weight off by starving yourself. There's a lot of people out there who know what healthy food is, but they're not eating it in the right portions or at the right times. And so they're confused because they're eating healthy food, but their body isn't healthy. Some other people, like I was, are just focused on the number on the scale and they can't see beyond it. And they're missing out on so many other factors that could be helping them get healthy that don't show up on the scale, so they're not thinking about. Then, of course, there's the people who try to get all their work done at the gym, and then their body is starving and trying to rebuild muscles, and they go home and they just have to eat a ton, and they can't find that balance between working out and nutrition. Other people just don't know what their goal is, and so they're kind of aimless. They're not happy where they are, but they don't know where they want to be. And so that can really be tough when you're just not happy, but you have nowhere to go. And then, of course, working on willpower instead of motivation. Willpower, you can do a lot of things based on willpower. You know, you can eat that super jalapeno for your friends. You can, you know, go on that scary roller coaster. But when it comes to diet and nutrition, willpower can last you maybe 4 to 6 weeks. But after that, if you're not actually motivated to reach your goal, willpower gives out. So think about what your health goals are. Do you want to eat better? Do you want to go run a race with a friend? Do you want to be able to lift up your grandkids? Do you want to be able to climb stairs without getting out of breath? You know, if you could pick anything physically to do, what would it be? And, you know, if you had all the energy in the world, what would you do with it? Something that really hit me when I started this journey was this wasn't just about me. I was trying to teach my 5-year-old how to ride her bike. And I was so out of shape and overweight. I couldn't run down the street to keep up with her. And she kept falling off her bike because I couldn't keep up. And she was so frustrated with me, and I was so frustrated with myself. And I was only 33. I mean, that's not okay for me at 33 to not be able to run down the street with my little girl. So I realized that this really wasn't just about me. It's about so many other people. So if you could choose health, would you? And hopefully everyone on this call would say yes to that. So when it comes to health, I just want to run through a couple tips here for what you can do today, immediately, just to get your body fueled and feeling better. So let's talk about the very first and important thing. When you wake up, go ahead and eat breakfast, even if you're not hungry. Don't just have a cup of coffee. When you eat breakfast, that signals to your body to come out of this hibernation sleep mode. It signals to your body to turn on your metabolism and start using energy. If you just wait till you're hungry, sometimes I wait till 2, 3 o'clock, your body's just in this dormant state all day. Your metabolism's not on, you're not burning energy, and nothing's working. So go ahead and eat your breakfast within the first 30 minutes. Then throughout the day, every 2 to 3 hours, have small portion protein carb balanced meals every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. Don't wait till you're hungry. You want to stay ahead of your hunger. Remember, your body is not the enemy here. If we give it what it needs, it's going to reward you greatly. And we'll talk more about that in a bit. And then here's a really good simple rule. A lot of people don't think about water as nutrition, but it is a huge factor in our nutrition. A really simple rule is take your body weight, divide it by 2, and that's how many ounces of water you should drink a day. So for a 100-pound person, well, I guess a 200-pound person, that's about 100 ounces of water. If you're 150 pounds, that's what, like 70 ounces of water. So when you're fueled and hydrated, your metabolism is going to love you for it, and it's going to work a lot better. Your hunger will be lower, your cravings will be lower. For those trying to lose weight, it will really speed up your weight loss to drink your water. Now, I want to talk about the timing of these meals. There was a really fascinating study done by David Jenkins at the University of Toronto, and he took 2 groups of people, and they had the exact same food, the exact same amount of calories. One group of people ate that food over 3 meals a day. The other group of people had those same calories in the foods, and they ate them over 6 small meals a day. Between those 2 groups, the one that spread it out over 6 small meals a day lost more weight, was less hungry, reduced their cholesterol and their blood pressure way more than the first group who only ate 3 meals a day. You can see here the difference in that. So this is really pretty amazing because it's not just calories in, calories out. The timing of the meals really, really matter. So what these charts are showing you is that the food is going to, when you're eating 6 small meals a day, you see this white line through the middle, the baseline insulin, and then this darker line, the blood glucose line. When you eat your small meals, your blood glucose goes up, but not very much, and then your insulin comes and it pushes it down. And it stays right along this white line through the middle, the baseline insulin. And that makes it so your body really doesn't have to do much work to regulate your cholesterol or blood pressure. Now let me show you what sugar will do with your body. Obviously sugars are great, but if you eat sugar just on its own, when you put it in your body, it's going to really spike. it just goes straight to your blood. So you wake up and you have your OJ. You can see how high this OJ spike is, way above the baseline insulin. And then your insulin pump has to turn on. And it's working to lower your blood sugars and bring them down to baseline. This is not a healthy cycle. Your body's always trying to get you back to an equilibrium all day long. It's fighting against itself. Your metabolism is really struggling to keep up. And so this is why the combinations of your food really matter. I want to talk for a minute about protein-carb combinations. So this afternoon, it was about 3 o'clock, and I went into my kitchen and I grabbed a snack. I had half a peach, and then I was like, oh, I need to grab my protein too. So I went in my fridge and grabbed a couple bites of chicken left over from last night. It might sound weird, but protein-carb balance is really important. It slows the release of blood sugars when you pair your carbs with a protein, and it makes it so your blood sugars take longer to go up and longer to go down. You stay fuller longer, you use your food way more efficiently. So a lot of times people think that, protein is just meat, but there's so many good ways to get protein. We've got, eggs, yogurts, cheeses, nuts, cottage cheese. There's protein mixes you can get at the grocery store. So get creative with it. But, next time you grab a banana, think about dipping it in some low-fat peanut butter. You're going to be using that banana more efficiently. It's going to keep you fuller longer. Same thing with, whatever breads you're having. Spread some, put a little bit of cheese on it. I'm telling you, it's an amazing way to keep your blood sugars even. All right, another great option is what we provide with Take Shape for Life, which are pretty much already done for you. We have protein-carb meal replacements that really help me tremendously when I'm on the go. I can just throw one in my bag, but it's the perfect combination of protein and carb, and it keeps me full for 2 to 3 hours, keeps my blood sugars balanced. So really think about what's going to be easiest for you to keep up this 2 to 3 hour eating schedule throughout the day. Keep it simple, keep it sustainable. It doesn't have to be, Thanksgiving every time you eat. Another tip is just when you're making your plates for the end of the day, your plate really does matter. This is a concept that we teach our clients, and it's called the 9-inch plate. So compared to a normal plate, when you look at restaurant plates, those can be like 14 inches. Those are big. So this really is a 9-inch plate. Think about that when you're looking at the plates you're eating off of, because they're probably a lot bigger than they need to be. But this is a great visual. So basically, if you want a protein-carb balanced meal that's going to keep your blood sugars even, 50% of that plate is fruits and vegetables, 25% is a healthy protein, and 25% is a starch. This is going to be a really well-balanced meal. It doesn't matter necessarily what the vegetables, proteins, or starches are, but this is going to keep it balanced. It's going to be a really good amount of calories. You can see here, this particular plate is some chicken, a lot of really good vegetables, and a half a cup of brown rice. Now, when you go to a restaurant and you order rice, they're probably going to bring you about 2 cups of rice, which is about 4 servings. And so you really have to watch portions, especially when you're dining out, and know what portions are for your different food categories so that you can keep your combinations in check. All right, I want to talk for a second about glycemic charts. And I can send these slides to anyone who'd like them as well, so don't feel like you need to take notes. But sugar matters within each food group. Unless it's straight meat, most foods have sugars in them, and that's fine. Sugar's not a bad thing. But the glycemic chart is where 100 is pure sugar, and 1 is very, very low sugar. So we talked a little earlier about how your blood pressure responds to sugar, how your body does. So it's better to eat foods that are lower on these charts in general. And some of the good low glycemic choices for fruits are stuff like berries, apples, nectarines, peaches. And then you can see some of the higher glycemic fruits are things like pineapples and mangoes. So people wonder, well, can I just never eat those foods again? Well, no, I mean, you can eat them, but it's really helpful to know what the higher glycemic foods are so that you can be more mindful about portions and make sure to pair them with the protein to keep your blood sugars from going up very quickly. Now, as we look at the vegetable side of this, you can see all the different vegetables, and some are more sugary than others. But I wanted to point out something on here that's really interesting. You can see carrots actually show up twice on this chart. Raw carrots have a glycemic index level of 30. Cooked carrots have a glycemic index level of 80. So when you cook food, especially vegetables, it does break it down, and it makes it so the sugars are absorbed more quickly into your body. So when you can, think about eating raw vegetables, raw fruits. It takes longer for your body to digest them, and they're way more healthy. So I just thought that was interesting. All right, so support is really important. When you're deciding to make a change, don't be a closet dieter. Don't think that you need to be an army of one with this. We've seen the statistics to show that 85% of people who try to change their health or nutrition on their own really struggle. And when they hit a bump, it's like, oh, I knew I couldn't do it, and they go back to old habits. So what we offer with Take Shape for Life is a ton of support, and I definitely encourage you to consider different support options that might work for you. Personal health coaches, Facebook groups, dietitians, nurses, doctors. We offer weekly support calls as well as health challenges. All these things to teach you that you're not alone. You've got lots of other people with you, and to kind of bring you into this cocoon of support so that when you're having a rough day, there's someone out there you can talk to about it who could actually give you new mental tools so that you can overcome it. Yeah, education is also really important. Probably a lot of you know people who've lost weight and then gained it back again. Now, this is our Habits of Health system. It's a book and a workbook. And what we do as coaches with Take Shape for Life is we teach people how to rewire their brains so that once you actually reach your healthy weight, you actually think like that healthy weight. You don't just look that way, you think that weight. And so it's all these different healthy habits that we're teaching you: how to deal with stress, how to get healthy sleep, creating healthy support systems, how to deal with emotional eating issues. All those non-scale factors of your health that aren't reflected on the scale but are absolutely critical to maintaining a healthy weight. It's really important to not just get your body healthy, but get your brain healthy anytime that you're trying to change something long-term. All right, it's also really important to do something safe and simple. We have to do something sustainable. So ask yourself, are you currently eating 6 small meals a day, protein carb balanced? Have you tried making changes on your own? Have you had any success? Are you getting proper nutrition? And do you actually just need extra help? All right, so I just wanted to take a second and run through, what we do exactly with Take Shape for Life. So if you do need some extra help, you can see what we have to offer. What most clients start with, and we have a variety of programs, but our most popular one is just 1 meal a day. That's all you have to think about. 1 meal a day. You get to make this great meal, and you can do it at a restaurant. You could do it with your family. It's 1 serving of protein and 3 servings of vegetables. We're teaching you very basic protein carb balance techniques. And it's a delicious meal: chicken salad, steak and asparagus. You make it yourself. And again, it's really simple. Then the other 5, we keep it really simple for you. We actually have already prepared 5 healthy grab-and-go meals. There's actually about 85 different varieties, so whatever tastes good to you, that you can have. They're made to be on the go, and so they don't really take any prep work or anything, but they're the right protein carb balance to naturally help you achieve muscle protection and weight loss. And so every 2 to 3 hours, you have these prepared, and then once a day, you're making your lean and green meal. It makes it very, very simple, and our clients typically see about 10 pounds of weight loss a month as they start learning protein carb balance principles, and they start seeing some weight loss, getting their energy increased. The parent company of Take Shape for Life is Medifast. Medifast has been around since the 80s, and the nutritional system that I'm outlining right now has been doctor recommended by over 20,000 doctors. It's had multiple clinical trials done at Johns Hopkins University, proven to be safe, effective, reducing blood pressure, cholesterol, and actually twice as fast as a typical calorie reduction program. So we're really confident in all of our clinical studies behind this program, and especially knowing that all of our product is made right here in America. It's all FDA approved, and so we have a very solid backing with this. Now I've got my friend Monica on the line. Monica, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to have Monica share her story for a minute. She's right here in the middle, and Monica has done this program and just has the most amazing story. So could you just take a minute, Monica, and tell us what it's been like for you?
Yeah. Just thank you so much for having me on this call, and I love being here. So as you can see there in the picture, I had struggled with my weight for my whole entire life, and so I never really thought about even being thin or healthy or anything like that. And I was kind of one of those people that became like isolated and alone, and I was actually having a lot of feet pain at the age of 28, and I knew that it wasn't okay to be that young and actually have body aches and not be very active and stuff like that. And so I had heard about this program, and my girlfriend introduced me to it, which is super awesome. Just more support for me. But I ended up losing like 50 pounds on this program, and now I have less feet pain. I'm just more active. I love working out, which I used to hate. So it's super exciting, you know, just to do this program and to learn about all these habits of health, and just get connected with a larger community, and just, you know, moving towards optimal health is just amazing.
Cool. Thank you, Monica.
Yeah.
And I especially love Monica's story because since she has reached her weight, she has inspired so many other people. And that's the really cool thing about the program, is that health, just like obesity, is contagious. And so when we talk about the obesity epidemic in America, we can turn that around and create a health epidemic. And it sounds kind of cheesy, I know, but honestly, we've seen this take off in communities, and so many people are able to inspire each other with this. So I just have some other pictures on here that you can see of some other clients who've used this program. Hold on 1 minute. All right. Now, so, you know, I just want to do a couple things here tonight, but if you've been listening and you want to go a little further with this, and maybe help and support, go ahead and reach out. We'd love to hear from you. I'd be happy to do a personal profile with you and get you fitted with the right plan. And there's, like I said, senior plans. Hold on, there's a little bit of sound here. Let me get this off. 1 second. Okay, so just go ahead and reach out, and I can do a quick profile and explain pricing to you. Really, with Take Shape for Life, your only cost are the meal replacements. Everything else, all your coaching, all your support is built in and for free. And so the meal replacements cost a little more than $2 each. So depending on which plan you're doing, your cost would vary. And then the food ships from Texas. It takes however many days to get there, and we just jump you right in and help you on your path, whether it's a weight loss or just learning to eat healthy for the long term. Now, before we go, I just wanted to throw out there, you know, like I said, health is contagious. If while you're listening to this, you thought of anyone else who might need to hear this information, or you think this might help, share it with them. We're really looking to help a ton of people, and it's so fun. There's nothing more rewarding for us as health coaches to help people with this. And so please share. And also, if you know anyone else who would like to help us as a health coach, we're always looking for more people to join our cause. So anyway, thank you so much for being on, you guys. I'm going to post this recording, and you can share it with anyone who likes, but that's it for tonight. So thank you, and I'm going to stop the recording.